Many new prospectors wander the goldfields, swinging metal detectors and hoping for luck. They scan the ground, listening for that telltale beep, dreaming of striking it rich with a single swing. But the truth is, luck alone rarely leads to real success in gold prospecting. Gold isn't scattered randomly. It follows the rules of geology. The landscape holds clues, and gold deposits are shaped by powerful natural forces over millions of years. If you want to find gold, you need to understand how it moves and where it likes to hide. Gold hides in cracks, faults, and veins, natural structures that act as highways and storage tanks. These features are like secret passageways, channeling gold through the earth and concentrating it in specific spots. The more you learn to recognize these structures, the better your chances of finding pay dirt. If you can read these geological roadmaps, you stop guessing and start finding. It's like switching from searching blindfolded to using a detailed treasure map. Suddenly, the landscape makes sense and every outcrop or creek bed becomes a potential gold trap. The key is understanding two concepts: strike and dip. These are the basic building blocks of reading rocks, and they reveal the orientation of the structures that control where gold ends up. This isn't academic theory, it's practical knowledge that puts more gold in your pan. When you know how to spot the right structures, you can focus your efforts where they matter most, saving time and energy. Just like you'd look for water in low spots in a desert, you look for gold where the rocks tell you to. The Earth's surface is full of subtle hints, low points, bends, and breaks, that can point you straight to hidden gold. Strike tells you the direction a rock layer or fault runs. Dip tells you how steeply it tilts into the earth. Together, these measurements help you visualize the underground pathways that gold has traveled. Together, they give you a three-dimensional address for gold. Instead of searching blindly, you can predict where gold is most likely to be concentrated, even beneath the surface. Instead of searching acres of empty ground, you focus on narrow zones where gold is likely to be trapped. This targeted approach is what separates successful prospectors from those who go home empty-handed. This is how old-timers found bonanzas, and how modern geologists pinpoint multi-million-dollar mines. The principles haven't changed, only the tools and technology have evolved. In this guide, we'll break down strike and dip in simple, field-ready terms. You'll learn how to measure them, interpret them, and use them to your advantage in the field. We'll show you how to spot them, why they matter, and how they lead to rich pockets of gold. With practice, you'll start to see the landscape through a prospector's eyes. Forget luck. Success in prospecting comes from knowledge. The more you understand the Earth's structure, the more gold you'll find, and the more rewarding your adventures will become. By the end, you'll see hillsides as treasure maps written in the language of the Earth. Let's get started on unlocking the secrets that lie just beneath your feet. Strike is the compass direction a rock feature runs across the land. It's a simple concept, but it's the foundation of geological mapping and successful prospecting. When you look at a rock outcrop, the strike tells you the orientation of the layers or veins, how they slice through the Earth's surface. Imagine a tilted book. Draw a line across the cover. That's the strike. No matter how steeply the book is tilted, the strike is always the direction that line runs, perfectly horizontal relative to the ground. This is the same principle geologists use in the field. In the field, you use a compass to find the strike of a vein or fault. The compass helps you measure the exact direction, so you know precisely how the structure is oriented. Place your compass flat against the vein, level it, and read the direction, maybe northeast, maybe east-west. This reading is your strike, and it's the first clue to understanding how the geology is laid out beneath your feet. This tells you which way the gold-bearing structure continues. By following the strike, you can predict where the vein or layer might reappear, even if it's hidden under soil or vegetation. Instead of wandering, you follow the strike, looking for more signs of mineralization. This methodical approach saves time and energy, letting you focus your search where it matters most. Old diggings often line up along a strike. Miners followed the gold's path. These patterns are no accident. They're the result of generations of prospectors reading the land and following the clues. Mark these spots with GPS and map the line. That's your strike. Modern tools make it easier than ever to record and analyze this vital information. Extend the line to search for new ground the old-timers missed. By projecting the strike, you can target areas that haven't been explored yet, increasing your chances of making a new discovery. Understanding strike turns prospecting from guesswork into a logical process. It's the difference between wandering aimlessly and working with a clear plan. Find one piece of gold-bearing quartz, and the strike tells you where to look next. Each discovery becomes a stepping stone, guiding your search further along the structure. Walk the line, watch for more quartz, iron-stained rocks, or soil color changes. These are all signs that you're still on the right path, following the hidden thread of mineralization. The strike is your golden thread, connecting one discovery to the next. It weaves a story through the landscape, linking past finds with future potential. It's the compass that points you along the treasure trail. With every step, you're following the same path that gold has taken through the earth for millions of years. Mastering strike is fundamental to finding gold. It's a skill that separates successful prospectors from the rest, and it's one you can learn with practice. Learn to read it, and you're already ahead. With every strike you map, you're building a clearer picture of the gold hidden beneath your feet. Gold isn't spread evenly along a vein, it's concentrated in rich pockets called ore chutes. These chutes are where the real gold is found, often in swells where the vein widens. When a narrow vein suddenly bulges, that's a prime spot for gold. The widening slows mineral-rich fluids, causing gold to drop out. Another key clue is a gossan, a rusty iron-rich cap on the surface above a deposit. Gossans are nature's billboard. Dig here. As you walk the strike, look for pinches, swells, and gossans. Map these features and sample the wider areas. Iron staining and gossans mark the surface expression of rich ore chutes. Focus on these clues to maximize your chances. You're not just prospecting, you're a geological detective. Strike is the direction, dip is the angle the vein tilts underground. Dip tells you how steeply the gold-bearing structure plunges. Use a clinometer or compass to measure dip perpendicular to the strike. A steep dip means the vein goes deep, a shallow dip means it runs closer to the surface. Ore chutes follow the dip, forming columns of gold-rich rock. If you lose the gold while digging, you may not be following the dip. Old-timers followed veins deep underground by tracking the dip. Strike guides you on the surface, dip tells you where to dig. Measure both to build a 3D model of the vein. This separates hobbyists from serious prospectors. Master dip, and you can follow gold from the surface to its source. Gold forms as hot, mineral-rich fluids rise through dipping veins. As the fluid cools and pressure drops, gold precipitates onto the vein walls. This doesn't happen evenly. Changes in dip create prime spots for gold to collect. A bend in the vein where the dip becomes less steep acts like a trap. These bends form rich ore chutes, high-grade pockets of gold. The best gold often forms at specific depths, known as the epithermal window. Erosion may expose these zones at the surface. To find more gold, follow the dip downward. It may get richer at depth. Trenching and angled shafts help you chase the pay zone. Understanding dip is your map to deeper discoveries. The richest gold often forms where two veins or faults intersect. These intersections create shattered rock zones, perfect traps for gold-bearing fluids. When fluids slow down in these breccia zones, gold drops out, forming bonanza pockets. Map the strike and dip of all structures in your area, plot where they cross. These are your top targets. Look for breccia, alteration, or high-grade float at intersections. The ore chute often plunges along the intersection line. Measure both structures to predict the plunge direction. Find intersections and you unlock the potential for major discoveries. The world's richest mines were found by reading structure. California's Mother Lode gold concentrated where major faults intersected. Cripple Creek, Colorado Bonanza ore bodies at fracture intersections in volcanic rock. Western Australia gold forms where quartz veins cut iron-rich layers. In every case, mapping strike, dip, and intersections led to discovery. The biggest deposits aren't random. They're at predictable geological addresses. Learn to read the structures and you follow in the footsteps of legendary prospectors. The history of mining is written in strike and dip. Ready to put this into practice? Let's step into the field and see how strike and dip can actually lead you to gold. Whether you're a seasoned prospector or just starting out, these techniques will help you work smarter, not harder. Start with the right tools: a geological compass with clinometer, a topographic map, and a GPS. Don't forget a sturdy field notebook and a rock hammer. These are the essentials for any serious gold hunter. Don't just swing a detector. Walk the area and map the geology. Pay attention to the lay of the land, the types of rocks, and any visible quartz veins or mineralized zones. Measure, strike, and dip at every outcrop, record them, and note any changes in rock orientation. This data is your key to understanding the underground structure. Mark locations on your map, and sketch out the patterns you see. Over time, your notes will reveal hidden trends. Patterns will emerge, veins trending in one direction, intersections and promising lines. Walk the strike, follow the direction of the veins, and look for places where they widen or intersect. Look for swells, gossans, and breccia. These features often signal mineralization and can point you toward gold-rich zones. Take rock samples from the best spots, mark them with GPS, and test for gold. Careful sampling and labeling will help you track your discoveries. If you find a hotspot, document it thoroughly. Take extra samples and photos for later analysis. Dig a trench across the strike to expose the vein. This lets you see the true width and orientation of the gold-bearing structure. Systematic mapping and sampling turn you into a real geologist. The more data you collect, the clearer the picture becomes. Use strike and dip to zero in on gold, narrowing down your search area with each new measurement. Don't just hope for luck, let your data guide you. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in reading the land. The better you'll get at predicting where gold hides, turning guesswork into a science. Mastering structure is the key to consistent success. It's what separates casual prospectors from true gold finders. Today's tools, like AI-powered gold maps, can help you find favorable structures faster. Technology is making exploration more precise than ever. Download our free guides and explore these new resources. Keep learning, keep exploring, and stay curious about the land beneath your feet. Let the Earth's geometry guide you, and trust in your growing skills as a field geologist. With strike and dip, you're not just prospecting, you're hunting treasure with a map. Good luck out there, and may your next discovery be your best yet.